Is ChatGPT's reign coming to an end, and could OpenAI go bankrupt? I'm going to explain to you now why the company might be facing the most dangerous moment in its history. I know it sounds like an exaggeration to say this. After all, ChatGPT seems unbeatable and everyone uses it, but a report just came out about an internal memo from OpenAI's own boss, Sam Altman, predicting very difficult times ahead precisely because Google has woken up and returned to the fight. I test these tools every day, and to be quite honest with you, for the first time, I believe he is absolutely right to be worried. Unless you are totally disconnected, you need to understand what Google's new system, Gemini 3, is doing because it is impressive. Mas, before I show you the data, give me the real deal down below. Today, in your day-to-day life, are you still loyal to Team ChatGPT or have you already jumped ship to Team Google? Comment there which of the two has been saving your skin more lately. Even if you don't care much about complicated performance charts or the fact that this system has beaten a super difficult test called GPQA Diamond Arc Artificial General Intelligence 2, what really matters is real-life usage. What I've been hearing from most people is that the day-to-day results are exceptional. Google is not messing around. With their new tools and the whole suite of products they offer, the company is advancing in a way that makes it hard to imagine them losing this race. Their whole system is much superior today. I myself, who use Sora and ChatGPT, realize that I am swapping these tools more and more for Google's. They have a variety of services that an average person enjoys much more. Sam Altman himself admitted that OpenAI will face economic headwinds, that is, temporary financial difficulties. He says the company will come out ahead in the end, which is his role to say, of course. But if you take a look at social media, you will notice that public opinion has changed. People are waking up and realizing the firepower that Google has in artificial intelligence. And it's not just Google that is bothering them. The report mentions that Anthropic, that company founded by former OpenAI employees just 4 years ago, is about to generate more money this year selling its systems to computer program creators than OpenAI itself. This is a very important piece of data. OpenAI had the advantage of starting earlier, had time to adjust the product to the market, and the name ChatGPT is almost synonymous with artificial intelligence today. Even so, Anthropic managed to gain ground. Anyone who works with creating computer programs knows this well. Their model, called Claude, has become the industry standard. If you are developing programs or writing code, Claude is the obvious choice. It is surprising because in the times of versions 1 and 2 of Claude, no one imagined that they would arrive with a version 4.5 so capable to the point of stealing such a large slice of OpenAI's market. Altman also recognizes in his notes that Google's work on the basic training of their models has been excellent. This is the phase where the artificial intelligence is exposed to a giant amount of information to learn the connections between things, and Google has done this very well. OpenAI is trying to calm the team, saying they will recover lost ground in the coming months. They spoke about a new model with a secret name. No one knows exactly what it is. There isn't much public information. We don't know if it's a model that understands text, audio, and video altogether, or if it is just text. The general bet is that these models that understand everything at the same time are the future for more advanced reasoning because they understand the world in a way more similar to us. It seems that OpenAI's strategy now is to make bold technological bets, even if that means falling behind for a short period. They are thinking ahead. One of these bets seems to be the use of artificial intelligence to create information that will serve to train new artificial intelligences, in addition to advanced training techniques where the computer learns by trial and error. The idea is to make research in artificial intelligence automatic. If you can have a computer that generates study material for another computer, the process becomes much more efficient and the models evolve quickly. I believe their focus will be on these models that understand everything at once. We saw with the recent model that these systems manage to think visually in a way that some are already calling visual artificial general intelligence. ChatGPT's image creation model is good, but it doesn't come even close to this level of understanding. It is interesting to see OpenAI thinking about the distant future. They are still a very creative company and can pull a surprise out of the hat that no one is expecting. And if you, just like me, are anxious to see what this next great innovation will be, that will blow our minds, leave a like and leave the hype here on the video to mark your presence in this revolution. Their declared focus is superintelligence. Altman said that although they need to deal with competitor pressure now, the main goal is to reach superintelligence. If they achieve that, the rest doesn't matter, because a superintelligence would be capable of doing anything. Of course, there are 1,000 security problems with that, but the point is the strategy. Focus on the final prize to win the race. Except that the market is changing now. The boss of a company called Salesforce recently posted something that drew a lot of attention. He said he used ChatGPT every day for 3 years, but after spending 2 hours on Gemini 3, he is not going back. He said the improvement is absurd in reasoning, speed, and video. This is very significant because he's the owner of one of the largest computer program companies in the world and has always been a great partner of OpenAI. Seeing someone of this level changing sides is not just propaganda, it is a warning sign. Google fell behind for a while, but now seems to be leading on all fronts: video, image, and reasoning. It will be difficult for OpenAI to regain the lead easily. Of course, Gemini is not perfect. Many people complain, and I agree, that sometimes it is terrible at following simple instructions and does strange things. But no artificial intelligence is perfect today. If Google fixes these obedience problems, their lead will increase. Another critical point is the money issue. The amount of people accessing OpenAI is falling. It is still high, about 70%, but the trend is downward with the arrival of other tools, and OpenAI's business model spends too much money. A report indicated that they could spend $115 billion by the year 2029. They spend fortunes renting super powerful computer parts, paying for energy and data usage rights. It is a business that yields little profit and requires a lot of money to run. Compare this with Google. Google has leftover cash of $70 billion per year. They have their own computer processing parts, which makes the cost of training much cheaper, and they already own the large data centers. Google can offer powerful models almost for free or accept losing money for years without even feeling it. They can, in practice, suffocate OpenAI financially if they want. OpenAI needs to borrow billions of dollars every year and charge dearly for the service, while Google has practically infinite money. The conclusion is that Sam Altman's warning about difficult times is real. Google has the favorable momentum, the physical structure, and the money. OpenAI's lead is shrinking, and investors are starting to see the company as a bigger risk than it seemed before. The market situation has changed completely. Now that you've seen the size of the financial hole, place your bet in the comments. Will Google's infinite money end up swallowing OpenAI, or do you think Sam Altman still has some trick up his sleeve to turn this game around? If these analyses help you see beyond the obvious in this battle of giants, strengthen the channel, leave a like and leave the hype so we can continue bringing the truth about the technology market.